The 17 Sustainable Development Goals are humanity's most ambitious plan for a better world. In September 2015, 193 countries agreed on 17 goals and 169 sub-goals at the United Nations. Since the goals are to be achieved by 2030, they are also called the 2030 Agenda. The SDGs provide worldwide guidance for addressing the global challenges facing the international community. It is about better protecting the natural foundations of life and our planet everywhere and for everyone, and preserving people's opportunities to live in dignity and prosperity across generations. The 17 goals cover all three areas of sustainable development: ecological and economic and social. Saudi Arabia's current status in achieving the 17 Sustainable Development Goals. The country has modernized the social welfare system and made it more empowering, efficient, and fair. And human development, Saudi Arabia has invested considerable resources in healthcare and education, which have resulted in a significant improvement in health and educational outcomes.
Our goal is gender equality, and because women are half of society, we chose this goal as women represent half of the world population and therefore half of its potential. Because it is a basic human right, gender equality is one of the factors that contribution accelerating the process of sustainable development and help drive economic growth in all fields.
The target set to achieve the goal is to end discrimination against women, end all violence against and exploitation of women, eliminate forced marriages and genital mutilation, value unpaid care and promote shared domestic responsibilities, ensure full participation in leadership and decision making, universal access to reproductive health and rights, equal rights to economic resources, property ownership and financial services, promote empowerment of women through technology, adopt and strengthen policies and enforceable legislation for gender equality. Internationally, young women outperform men in terms of education. In 2020, 12% of men and 8.1% of women aged 18 to 24 had left education. This gap has narrowed between 2002 and 2016, but it widened again over the following 4 years and remains substantial at 3.10% points in 2020. In Saudi Arabia, women are expected to play a vital role in the kingdom's development strategy Vision 2030. The kingdom recently enacted new reforms towards improving on its records of female empowerment and gender equality. The measures introduced freedom of travel and movement for women over the age of 21. They removed restrictions on women's ability to leave the house and equalized women's rights to choose the place of residency. They prohibited discrimination based on gender in employment and dismissal of pregnant women. These bold reforms changed women's legal rights in Saudi Arabia, since 5.5 million Saudi women are over the age of 21 and already benefiting from these reforms.
Gender equality is central to achieving the ILO's goal of decent work for all, but the economic participation rate for women is the lowest in the world. Despite the improvement in the educational level of women, this number refuses to change. The ILO works to address a wide range of challenges facing women in the world of work with the aim of developing social and economic policies that promote gender equality and equal opportunity in the workplace. The most important obstacles and challenges are political, economic, cultural, media, and legal obstacles.
Increasing state and government sector jobs women. There should be control over the private sector in terms of salaries and working hour. That there should be training opportunity before the job so that the employee is familiar with the task of the entity and sufficiently aware of the environment. That there should be specialized and mandatory training course for each job before starting the entity so that the employee is highly qualified and has in the basic information that there should need to the job.
2030 vision contributes to achieve this goal easily. The law of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, derived from Islamic law, adopt the principle of complementary equality between men and women, taking into consideration the characteristics of both gender to achieve ultimate justice. Gender equality has been achieved to the extent that women are being appointed to senior governmental roles and are leading in field. From economic perspective, women make up 22% of the Saudi workforce. Also, 20% of Shura Council are women. The empowerment of Saudi Arabian women is at the heart of the kingdom's Vision 2030 reform program with far-reaching social and economic goals, including increasing women's economic participation rate from 17% to 25% this year. Women make up 22% of the Saudi workforce, and the Crown Prince aims to increase that figure to 30% by 2030.
The effects of the COVID-19 pandemic could reverse the limited progress made on gender equality and women's rights, and the coronavirus outbreak is exacerbating existing inequalities for women and girls in all areas, from health and the economy to security and social protection. Women play a disproportionate role in responding to the virus, including through their roles as a frontline healthcare workers and home caregivers. Women are also more affected by the economic impacts of COVID-19 as they work disproportionately in unsafe labor markets, with around 60% of women working in the informal economy, putting them at greater risk of falling into poverty.